Hi everybody, welcome to AI TV. My name is Nick Bradshaw. We're broadcasting live from AI Expo Africa 2020 online, the online edition, because we've had COVID this year, obviously, and we've taken our show and AI TV online. So we're conducting all our media interviews using the power of Zoom. And it gives me great pleasure to welcome Winifred and Timothy from SuperFluid Labs. They're a AI data science consulting and advisory company based in Ghana, Germany, and Kenya. And yeah, what a fantastic way to bring you guys in online across the globe. Essentially, yesterday I was talking to people in America and Germany and all over the place. But welcome to the show, Winifred and Timothy. Winifred, do you want to tell us a little about yourself and what you do?
Sure, thanks, Nick. Thanks for having us here. Hello, everyone. So my name is Winifred Kotin, and I am co-founder and COO of SuperFluid Labs. I'm based in Accra, Ghana.
And Timothy?
Hi, and I'm Timothy Kotin. I'm the CEO of SuperFluid Labs, and I'm in Frankfurt, Germany.
Well, brilliant. I'm sitting in Cape Town, so we've connected up 3 parts of the world here, which is fantastic. So, guys, you came to the show for the first time. Obviously, this was an online event, a first for all of us, essentially, including us, the organisers. I mean, the feedback we had was very good. And, you know, the great thing about this year was we were able to bring in companies that would traditionally, you know, they wouldn't have flown here. It would have been too expensive. So we had this much wider, inclusive community this year. So we really are happy to welcome you and thank you for supporting our event and community. So tell us a little bit about SuperFluid Labs, Winifred. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do and how you work with your customers.
Thanks, Nick. So at SuperFluid Labs, our vision and mission is to expand economic opportunities through the power of data and artificial intelligence. So what we do is to help our customers and our clients unlock hidden value that exists within their data through our capabilities, through our solutions, and through our services to help them move from data to competitive advantage and continue winning and dominating the market space they serve in.
Okay, and Timothy, is it just a B2B business? Are you guys working with consumers as well, or are you just working B2B?
That's an excellent question. So we are primarily a B2B business. So we work with other businesses and empower them to serve their consumers. And this is across a variety of verticals. So financial services, agriculture, energy, retail, and commerce. And we're also very proud to be working with several fast growth startups all across the continent.
Okay. Now, you know, there was a presentation given by Karim Bouguer, who runs InstaDeep, and he's also one of the directors of the deep learning in Daba. And he was saying that, you know, the 4IR revolution that's happening here in Africa is a little bit different to, say, that of North America, you know, Asia and Europe. You know, the African landscape is slightly different. Although, having said that, there is a very vibrant, very big community across the region. Now, it's interesting that you say you're also helping startups get going with this technology and this discipline, and that's exactly what Karim was saying. Was that actually one of the big drivers for adoption of AI in our region is not really governments, as it is, say, in Asia, and maybe not the tech giants that we see in countries like North America and Europe. It's actually organizations like you and smaller companies which are driving the adoption of these technologies. Just explain your experience of the landscape for a company that's operating in 2 different regions in Africa and obviously in Europe. How do you see the landscape?
Sure, that's an excellent question. So it's very exciting times to be working in this space of artificial intelligence. And there's really, in Africa, there's a confluence of factors that are really making this a very exciting moment. So the first one is the accelerated growth of digital access. So many millions of people are coming online for the first time through broadband technologies, through more affordable smartphone devices. So that's the first wave that is happening in terms of access. The second one is around generation of data. So as data costs gradually reduce across the continent, as people come online, interact with various digital services, millions of consumers for the first time are actually leaving digital footprints of their activities, of their habits. And one of the things we've observed, especially during this COVID period, is an acceleration in the uptake of digital services. And the tremendous opportunity that this presents for many organizations is the ability to peer into the data that their customers are generating to understand what the needs and aspirations and behavior patterns of consumers are, so that businesses can more rapidly and more proactively reposition themselves and adapt to themselves to the needs of an evolving market. So this is very exciting. We are seeing this trend happen in East Africa. We're seeing it happen in West Africa. And we think this is a very monumental point in time.
Yeah, that's great, Timothy. I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, Winifred, what are the sort of top 3 challenges that businesses are asking you to solve for them? And are you seeing any trends in that regard?
Yes, Nick, thanks. And that's very interesting because there's a lot of commonalities in the nature of their challenges. So first and foremost is the need to understand their customer portfolios much better, to understand the various dynamics, the various behaviors, and the various patterns that exist within their customer portfolio, so that they could harness that to serve them through much more better innovative services and solutions, and also retain them to ensure that customer acquisition is the cost of customer acquisition is high for almost every business. And there's also a lot of competition in various spaces and industries. So when you land and you acquire a customer, you really don't want that customer going away. So part of what we do for most of our customers is to help them understand their customer portfolios. And usually these customers are mostly mass retail businesses. So customer acquisition, customer retention, understanding and growing good and profitable customer portfolios is the topmost of what we do. The next is actually helping them to score credit risk. So we've built technologies and capabilities to help them be able to determine the probability of repayment for loans given out for various industries, from fintech lenders to agriculture to financial institutions and telco subscriber base. So we provide these technologies to help our customers have profitable lending businesses. And then the third area where our customers engage with us is to help them automate intelligent business decisions. So it's becoming more tougher for businesses to have all stakeholders come together to take critical business decisions on the go, as it is required to maintain their profitability and business performance and to continue to drive business strategy. So automating intelligent decisions that can be automated is another interesting need customers in our markets have, for which we build enterprise and intelligent analytics platform for providing real-time insights on various KPIs and various places where a business needs to keep their eyes on to ensure they remain sustainable.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting you talk about those trends. I mean, it's a common theme that, many organizations now are bringing in a consultancy. They don't necessarily have a data science team at their disposal that they can just switch on. And, obviously there's a lot of competing dynamics around skills acquisition and building a competency inside companies. Now, maybe in Europe and America and Asia, they've got an endless supply of PhD data scientists and computer science engineers to build these applications. But I mean, would you say there's an observation that you're seeing the same kind of trend that that a lot of companies don't have this competency, and that's something that you're filling a gap for them, Timothy?
Very much so. Absolutely. So actually this trend about talent shortage is actually a global phenomenon. So even in more further developed markets, this is still the challenge. What we are seeing actually is that the competency required is actually a combination of artificial intelligence, data science skill sets and expertise, as well as domain knowledge. And it is very rare in most industries, especially given how new this field is, to have individuals that have, let's say, decades of experience in banking and artificial intelligence and data science. And so for many of our customers, the way we work with them is in a very complementary manner where for the period of our engagement, our team works very closely with their domain experts, their product managers. Sometimes they even have business analysts internally because they know their business better than us in terms of the intricacies. But we oftentimes have more experience in artificial intelligence and various technologies and how those technologies can be applied within those businesses. So we find that to be very complementary, and this is the approach that we are taking.
Well, that's fantastic, Timothy, Winifred. I mean, it's great to have a brand new company at our event this year. I mean, the online format, I think, broadly speaking, has worked tremendously well, showcasing new speakers, new companies, new researchers across the continent. And I just want to wrap up by saying thank you very much for joining us at the event. If anybody wants to find out about SuperFluid, we'll put a link down below in the YouTube channel here on AI TV, and then people can get in contact with you. But yeah, I just want to say, Timothy, Winifred, thank you very much for joining us on AI TV, and we look forward to welcoming you back next year.
Thanks for having us. Looking forward to joining again next year.